So students, I'm Dr. Priyanka. Now we have studied the human reproductive system, and in that system in the last session we have discussed the primary sex organs, and today what we are going to discuss, we have also discussed the secondary sex organs. Now we are going to start with human male reproductive system. In human male reproductive system, we have sex organs. It is the system of sex organs and accessory glands, specialized in formation, storage, nourishment, and conduction of sperms. And it is located in the pelvic region, it is located in the pelvic region, human male reproductive system consists pair of testes, number of accessory ducts, accessory glands, urinogenital duct, urethra, seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland, lubricating gland जिसे कह सकते हैं, penis, only testis is primary sex organs. So you have to learn, you have to mug up all the secondary sex organs. You have to mug all the sex organs, right? आपको सारे सेक्स ऑर्गन्स ऑफ मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव को अच्छे से पढ़ना है, याद करना है. ओके, let us draw one diagram in which we're going to explain each and everything in detail. CBSE में लास्ट ईयर अब से उनका ये पैटर्न रहा है कि वो मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव का डायग्राम पूछ लेते हैं. Okay. Let us. Let us start by understanding with a diagram of male reproductive system so that it will be easier for you people to grasp. It is like that. This is the tube. Somehow complicated like that. This is the thing. Okay, this is how like. Okay. Okay. So let's start marking it off. Okay. Just add one more thing in this. Let's start marking with it. Ureter, seminal, vesicle, vas deferens, urinary bladder, anus, epididymous, bulbourethral gland, rectum, ejaculatory duct, urethra, penis, foreskin, penis, testis, scrotum. Okay, so let's start with the description, the descriptive way कि क्या क्या चीजें हैं. Okay, तो students, this is the urinary. आपका जैसा हमने बताया, जैसे अभी तक हमने जाना that the urinogenital tract is similar is same for males and this is like this. ये जो है this is the urinogenital. Okay, this one, right? This is the urethra. This is going from the bulbourethral gland, and from bulbourethral gland it is growing from the ejaculatory duct. Okay, and then this is that, you can also write it down like that. This is your urinary bladder, and this, the purple one, is your prostate gland. Okay. So this urethra is going upward, ऊपर की तरफ जाते हुए, it is crossing. Okay, this is crossing the bulbourethral gland, the ribbon-like structure, the two green ribbon-like structure like that, and going above, it is crossing the prostate gland, and from that the ejaculatory duct is separated from seminal vesicle gland, which is also connected, and through that only the urethra duct is crossing and growing and going to the one epididymis. Okay, epididymis से होती हुई which is coming towards the scrotum and the testis of epididymis, right? अब उसके बाद क्या हो रहा है? This is the common urinary bladder structure, this one. Okay, this is the common urinary bladder where urine is stored, and urine is passed from the same duct through prostate gland. Okay, urine is passed from the same gland like that, and here it is ejaculated, and the sperms will also follow this path, and from here the sperms start moving, they go, and from here they will get in the lubricating fluid. The urethral fluid will get their lubricating agents into them, and then the sperms will dip into those seminal vesicle fluid where fuel is ejaculated, and from the rounded circle from the hair, from here the fluid is and the sperms will going and follow this pathway. Okay, and the follow the pathway like that, like that, and that, and that, and they will finally ejaculate. Okay, कैसा कौन सा वाला pathway sperms follow करते हैं? From here the sperms start moving, and from there they go in the seminal vesicle fluid, and they will move down to the prostate, then the urethral gland, and they finally reach to the penis. Okay, now let's talk about the testes. Okay, let's first discuss about the females too, and then we'll talk about the continuously. Okay, for males and females. Okay, if I've talked about females, then here you can draw a diagram like that. It will be like that. Like that. Okay. Okay. Now let's start marking out. Okay. Fallopian tube. This is cervix, uterus, this is urinary bladder, this is pubic bone, urethral aperture, labium majora, this is labium minora, vaginal orifice, clitoris. Okay, this is the clitoris. So which we have vagina, cervix. This is how it will be. Okay. Let's start. Students, this is the posterior side diagram of female reproductive system. Okay. For the internal organs, we shall also discuss this diagram again. But for now only, we are going to discuss it for the posterior side. Okay. This is the pubic hair, which are on the vaginal part of the female. Okay. We have three layers: labium majora, the outer one, the thick one; labium minora, the golden, the pinkish layer inside this thick one; and we have the vaginal orifice, the point where the vaginal opening will be start. This is the vagina. Okay. Through the vagina, there is the cervix, this part, basically this. This is the cervix area. Okay. Now inside the uterus is attached. Through this, the fallopian tube, the pinkish one, the infundibulum, the finger-like projections, where from which the ovary is attached to them. This is the ovary, the yellowish one showing in the diagram. And inside, look below the lower part. This is the urinary bladder. This is the pubic bone, like This is your urinary bladder, and it's the urethral aperture where the urine is passed. Okay, this is your urethral aperture. This is your urinary bladder. The point is clitoris, right? The point is clitoris in one sense. And after this clitoris, after this clitoris, this is the opening. Okay, the clitoris part. Okay, so if I see the genital organ diagrams for females, if I see the genital organs for females, it is look like that. This part is clitoris. This is anal aperture, or you can say anus. Okay, you have the vaginal orifice, the vaginal opening. This is the vestibule. This is labium majora. This one is clitoris that I've already mentioned. This is labium majora. Labia minora. Hymen. Okay, you have small urethral opening. Okay, from here the parturition, the intercourse will occur. From here the urinary, the maturation part will be there from this, and this is the clitoris, okay, of the female vagina. So this is the vaginal structure of female. Now let's start discussing in brief that how it will go in a series like that. But in spite the fact, let's also see the diagrammatic view. It is like that. So let's start uterine cavity. isthmus, ampulla, fimbriae, ligament. The ligaments are attached to them. Okay, this is the uterine cavity. Here. This is the endometrium. Besides the endometrium, you will have your myometrium. And the last one is your perimetrium. This is the vaginal orifice. This is vagina. This is vaginal fold. This is the external OS. External OS. Okay. So this is the myometrium lining, rich in blood supply. When we'll study in brief, in the chapter further, we'll discuss it very neatly, but it's just a diameter to show you the three types, the three diagrammatic view for the female reproductive system. So this is how the uterus looks like from in the front. The two ovaries is attached to them. After that you have isthmus junction, you have the ampulla junction. After the isthmus and ampulla junction, you have the uterine cavity where the fetus lies in the above 9 months period. Okay, and after that you will have the ovary, the uterine cavity, the ligament, the vaginal folds, and the vaginal fold you have the three layers. The vaginal orifice is the external OS, the endometrium, myometrium, and the perimetrium. So that's how it goes like. Okay, so now let's discuss some of the organs. Now let's discuss some of the things about the testes. Testes are the primary sex organs. Now let's start with the male. Let's start with the male. And male, let's start with a pair of primary sex organs of the males, which is external abdominal or the scrotal, because they lie outside the abdomen skin. तो क्या होता है बच्चे, जो स्क्रोटम होता है, स्क्रोटम आपका आउटसाइड द बॉडी लाई करता है, बिकॉज स्पर्म्स को मेंटेन करने का जो टेम्परेचर होता है वो 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस टू 2 डिग्री सेल्सियस होता है, जो इसीलिए उस टेम्परेचर को मेंटेन करने के लिए द स्क्रोटम इज लाई आउटसाइड and the testes are present in that scrotal bag, which is the scrotum, and the sperms are produced in the testes. ठीक है, testes are oval, soft, smooth, and the pinkish structure. The size in length is around 20 to 30 centimeter, and in thickness and width wise they are 2 to 3 centimeter. Width is 12 gram. Weight is 12 gram. Width is 2 to 3 centimeter. Height is 2 to 3. Lengthwise they are 2 to 3. Internal to the abdomen, and some spermatic cord is present between them. That means कि height इनकी 2 से 3 सेंटीमीटर होती है, width इनकी 2 से 3 सेंटीमीटर होती है, 12 ग्राम का इनका weight होता है. Okay, each testis is connected internally to the abdomen by means of spermatic cord. It is itself compound tubular gland which is covering all tunica. मतलब एक ऐसा कंपाउंड होता है, एक ऐसा ट्यूबुलर ग्लैंड है जिसकी कवरिंग्स होती हैं. कवरिंग्स को हम बायोलॉजी में ट्यूनिका भी कह देते हैं. ठीक है. अब अगर मैं ट्यूनिका और टेस्टिकुलर कवरिंग्स की बात करती हूँ ऑफ मेल्स, तो क्या क्या होती हैं? ईच टेस्टिस हैज 3 कवरिंग्स, tunica vaginalis, tunica albumix and tunica vestigia. Yeah, let me draw or let me write. Every testis has 3 layering or 3 layers or coverings: tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, tunica vasculosa या vasculosus. These are the 3 coverings covering the testis of the male. Okay, so it is somehow like that. So how are you going to mark all these? Chorda, epididymis, vas deferens, retetestis, vasa efferentia, caput, epididymis, seminiferous, tubules, septitestis, tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, this one, tunica vasculosa, this one, testicular lobulus, lobules. The diagram is not very neat, but what you'll have to keep in mind for the CBSE point of view, that seminiferous tubules, you have two layerings or three layerings: tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, tunica viscosa. The tunica albuginea, the tunica vaginalis is this one, the inside layer, this. The tunica vaginalis is the outer one. The tunica albuginea is this layering, this layering. See the pointer I'm having with? This is the layering of tunica albuginea, right? This is the caput epididymis. This is the cauda epididymis. This is the vasa deferens. This is the reti testis. This is, see this. This is the vasa efferentia. This is the testicular tubules. This is the seminiferous tubules. Okay, this is the septate testis. The septate is present in the testis. Okay, so let's study about the structures present in them. If I've talked about the structures present in them are Leydig cells. Leydig cells, interstitial cells present in the connective tissue around seminiferous tubules. The cells were discovered by Franz von Leydig. फ्रांस वॉन लेडिक AIPMT का क्वेश्चन है ये. They are large, polyhedral, yellow vacuoles containing eccentric volcanics, eccentric nucleus, lipids, yellow pigmented granules, endocrine in nature, under the influence of luteinizing hormone or interstitial cell stimulating hormone ICSH. Cells produce androgens. Example: testosterone, produce and maintain male characteristics but also stimulate epithelium undergo spermatogenesis. So let's review what we have studied. Let's review what we have studied, students. From the hair, we have started with the male reproductive system. Look, move with my pointer. This is the penis. Okay. This is the scrotum. This is the urinary bladder. This is the vasa deferens. This is the bulbourethral gland. This is the ejaculatory gland. This is the seminal vesicle gland. This is the epididymis. This is the anus. Right? So we have the seminal vesicular, ejaculatory gland, bulbourethral gland, and after that you have the urinary bladder. We have the same urinogenital gland. And what we have discussed next in the female gland, what we have discussed in the next female reproductive system, that this is the uterus. This is the uterus which is attached to the fallopian tube. This is the ovary. This is the vagina cervix. This is the vagina orifice. This is the labium minora, labium majora. The pubic hair present on the vagina of the female. The urethral attachment. There are 3 opening holes and the urethral openings for the vaginal part. Urinary bladder. This is the pubic bone. Okay, this one. See the pointer here. This is the pubic bone, and you have the vagina. You have the fallopian tube. After that, students, you have the genital organ parts, in which you have the 3 apertures separated. That is clitoris, urethral opening, the vestibule, and the vaginal opening is the slightly left to the surface. The labium majora, the anus, hymen. Hymen is again the cleft-like structure, the cellophane-like structure you have. Then you have the posterior. Then you have the frontal view of uterus. You have the 2 fallopian tubes like the handle attached with the ovary. Ovary is in the yellowish structure. You have the 3 junctions of fallopian tube, that is ampulla, isthmus junctions, which is directly connected to the uterus, and after that you have the ligament of the structure. Then you have the vaginal folds attached to the dam in the last part, this one. Then you have the fimbriae, जैसे finger like projections, उंगलियों के projections होते हैं, जैसे आप किसी चीज को ऐसे attach करने की कोशिश करते हो. The structure is like the same. This is the fimbriae. These are the fimbriae, basically the finger-like projections, the fimbriae-like projections, in which the ovaries are ovulated like that. Okay, you have the 3 layers of uterus, that is perimetrium, myometrium. Myometrium is the middle layer, and then you have the extremely blood-supplied endometrium, and inside that you have the uterine cavity. Uterine cavity where the baby exists for 9 months. Inside, इसके नीचे आएंगे थोड़ा सा. You have the external cervix of vagina, external orifice of vagina, your myometrium, your endometrium, and your vaginal cervix exist in that part. Okay. After that, अगर हम लोग males के testis की बात करेंगे. Okay. Every testis has 3 layers covering tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, tunica vasculosa. Vasculosa is the innermost, tunica albuginea is the middle one, and vaginalisa is the outer one. Okay, then we have the structure of testis. The scrotum structure of the testis present. Seminiferous tubules are present. This is the very important. The seminiferous tubules. Look the red markings. These. Like that only. Okay. You have the three layers. This is your tunica. Tunica vaginalis. This is your tunica albuginis. This is your, this is the tunica vaginalis. This is tunica albuginis, and the inner one that I mentioned, like this. I mentioned with the green one. This one is your tunica vasculosa. Tunica vasculosa. Then you have septate testes. Septate मतलब अलग अलग से किनारे बने हुए हैं, दरवाजे टाइप फॉर्मेशन बने हुए हैं, like that. Division, the districts division, like that. ऐसे fan like structure बना हुआ है. इसको बोलते हैं septate testis. Testis के अलग अलग gateways हैं, different distinct features हैं. Okay. Then you have lobular. Then you have vasa efferentia. Then you have rete testis. Rete testis जो ऊपर से नीचे की तरफ आ रहा है, ये वाला. Look here with the right diagram. ये वाला जैसे ऊपर के नीचे की तरफ ये जो झोलझाल है, इंटरमिंगल स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, वो ऊपर से नीचे की तरफ आ रहे हैं. Then you have the extremely coiled structure here. Then you have these extremely coiled structures attaching to this. Attaching to this. Then you have these extremely coiled structures with you. Right? So students, in today's class we have discussed the major physical and morphologic features of male and female reproductive system. Till now we have studied the क्या होता है उनका आउटर सरफेस, क्या होता है उनका जेनिटियल सरफेस, और जेनिटियल स्ट्रक्चर जानने के बाद हमने उनकी एक ब्रीफ स्टडी करी, उनका एक ब्रीफ डायग्राम निकाला जिससे हम लोगों का उनके स्ट्रक्चर से नोन टू है. आफ्टर दो स्ट्रक्चर्स वी हैव स्टडीड द मेजर सेकेंडरी सेक्स ऑर्गन्स जो कि कहां लोकेटेड होते हैं, उनके फंक्शंस. अब अगर मैं बात करूं मेल की और फीमेल की, सो देयर आर अलग-अलग, there are different secondary sex organs and different secondary sex organs performing different function. और अगर वो different function perform करते हैं, that means कि they are not with the primary sex organ. और अगर वो primary sex organ से related नहीं है, so what are the functions they are performing, that we are going to study in the next session. And after that session we will be completing with the gametogenesis part, कि how gametogenesis occur, and if the gametogenesis बच्चे होता क्या. सबसे सिंपल सी बात करती हूँ, gametogenesis का मतलब होता है formation of gametes. अगर gametes form हो रहे हैं तो वो कैसे form में हो रहे हैं, कैसे हो रहे हैं, उसको मैंने बोल दिया gametogenesis. अब gametogenesis में बच्चे आपके तीन पार्ट्स आ जाते हैं कि मेल्स में कैसे होते हैं, thousands of gametes are formed in the form of sperm, and अगर मैं फीमेल्स की बात करूं तो only one gamete is formed in the form of egg. Primary follicles are formed in the mother's womb in the intrauterine line, but primary follicle के बाद वो जरूरी नहीं कि वो वाला आपका पहले ही आ जाए. Okay, so it will be like इट विल बी लाइक कि एक जो गैमेटोजेनेसिस का प्रोसेस हुआ है, इट विल बी अ सीरीज एंड अ कॉन्टिन्यूअस प्रोसेस, ठीक है, एक कॉन्टिन्यूअस प्रोसेस है जो हुआ है, जिसकी वजह से जितना भी आपका डायग्रामेटिक स्ट्रक्चर आपने फॉर्म किया वो एक तरीके से फॉर्म हो गया, वो एक तरीके से यू कैन एबल टू डिफरेंशिएट मैन्युपुलेट बिटवीन द टू थिंग्स कि ये ऐसे हो रहा है, ये ऐसे नहीं हो रहा है। ओके, सो आफ्टर द होल थिंग, आफ्टर द होल सिस्टम ऑफ गैमेटोजेनेसिस, हम लोग एक जाइगोट, फिर हम लोग एक फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रोसेस पे आते हैं। फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रोसेस पे बच्चे हम लोग क्या देखते हैं, द फ्यूजन पार्ट, ठीक है, फ्यूजन पार्ट। अब क्वेश्चन क्या आता है, क्वेश्चन किस फॉर्म में आता है, क्वेश्चन आता है कि मेल का या फीमेल का रिप्रोडक्टिव डायग्राम बनाओ, मेल का या फीमेल का डायग्राम बनाओ और डायग्राम बना के व्यू कर दो, ठीक है, मेल और फीमेल का डायग्राम बनाओ और उसको एक दूसरे से इंटरकनेक्टेड करके व्यू कर दो, और व्यू करने के बाद दे हैव टू बी इन अ सीक्वेंस वाइज सिस्टम, एक सीक्वेंस वाइज सिस्टम हो गया। और अगर वो एक सीक्वेंस वाइज सिस्टम हो गया, देन इट वुड बी लाइक दैट द स्ट्रक्चरल differentiation of the following views are totally different, and if they are different totally then they have to be in a manipulated form, ठीक है, कि जो फ्यूजन आपकी हुई डायग्राम्स के बीच में वो किस लेवल से हुई और किस लेवल से नहीं हुई। so it will be like the diagrammatic view will be the same in the whole manner,